Okay, so you crush lane here, right?
Yeah, I think so. I
Okay,
think I killed him like 4 times,
okay.
and then I solo killed him the first time.
Alright, let's see what happens. I don't know, this lane's like really easy for you, so you should like win this lane like flat out.
Yeah, he went like really, really aggro level one
Mm-hmm.
and two, and I have no idea what the fuck he was going.
It's one of those. It's just like one of these players that like needs the cheese to win. It's
Yeah,
like nothing
yeah,
new.
that's what I was thinking. So I was kind of just trying to play safe level two because I knew he was gonna try all.
Mm-hmm. Just real quick, what's your history with League? Like, briefly.
I played for. Well, my friend recommended me League in season three, so I
Okay.
played for like 2, 3 months.
Okay.
And I quit and came back basically at the start of season five, and then I went from silver to plat two is my highest.
Okay. So this was the entirety of season five. You went your peak was plat two from silver.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I main jungle at first in the spring,
Mm-hmm.
and then I switched to mid, um, in like the summer
Alright.
or like late springish.
So
Sorry if I'm eating right now. I'm
I
just
don't.
like
Yeah, I don't care.
moving weird.
Um, so we're looking at like a little under half a year in this role.
Uh, yeah,
Okay.
like 4 months,
All right.
5 months. But yeah, I scrim a lot with my friends and masters and I diamond,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just practice laning with them. So that's, I think that's one of my strong suits. It's just like whenever it comes to team fights at this elo, it's just I feel really overwhelmed, and I feel like we just always lose in team fights, which just doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, you're just like super inefficient here. Like take a look at this. Okay, so you're walking up here. I'm not sure why you're walking up here. I'm sure it's like you're like microwaving. Like
Oh, do
you're.
you have a?
Oh, sorry. 1 second. I completely forgot to share screen with you. I usually do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, my bad. Like that was usually the first thing I do. So, anyways, as I was saying, so let me rewind 5 seconds.
Here, yeah, yeah. I messed up like at the beginning
Yeah,
here.
so it's just like when little things catch up to you. It's like it's the biggest reason why like you can't snowball further. So like here, walk up, and assuming you're like a clicking in like in this general area, just try and get like autos on Jarvan or something like that, and then you just end
Yeah,
up.
here's I messed up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that. I misclicked there because I just fucked up. There I was like, what the fuck was I doing?
And then then you were like when you auto attack him, you need to kite your orb backwards so that the minions here de-aggro you. That was like it was like 5, 6 auto attack worth of damage. You calculate armor for that. You figure that's like 12 times 6. That's like 80 damage right there. It's like an entire bar of HP. And so like you have to check the potion here because you're like and it's like so here. I guess there's like no window for him to EQ. No, there isn't. No. Yeah, there's and no, there's no window for him to EQ. I think like if he plays this correctly, walks back, cues this wave, he might be able to get the jump on you and you might die. Like
Yeah,
through that.
that's what I was thinking. I thought he was gonna auto attack and kill me, so I was trying to like use my Q to farm and then
Mm-hmm.
being really safe. So I was kind of missing minions there because I was just kind of nervous that he was gonna go on me. And then there too, I didn't want to walk up at all.
I would award bot side here, by the way, because like the possibility of you yanking with like a flash EQ is so ridiculously high. Because it's literally all about cheese at this point. He's not gonna win this lane by letting you farm at all. Okay, Okay, you don't need to back up there. That's good. You should have queued this wave. Look how much pressure you have if you just queue this wave and shove it in completely. Like, not like he can't come in here.
I thought I couldn't shove it fast enough because I saw the next wave.
No, because if you attack it from down here, it's the front part of the wave is going to hit the turret, and that's all that really matters.
Okay.
Take a look at it real quick. That's not it. Holy shit. Replay system, please. Okay, so that happens, and then he like screws up massively here. Minion damage is so important in this thing. So yeah, so if you walk over here, queue this immediately, you can probably get into the turn time. Like this dies, this probably dies in like 2 auto attacks. You can auto the cannon down like 3 times and you easily get into the turret. Like, it's not even close. It would easily gone in. So like you have 2 goals at this point. Either you wanna deny him farm or you wanna shove it him back, and that accomplishes both of them. Your mouse movements in regards to your cues are pretty strange. They don't really make any sense. Like you move forward and then you move backward immediately afterwards. I think you're just like trying to use your Q to get like one auto off every single time, and then you realize that you immediately can't, and then there's just back off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure that's what you're doing. I would have to actually see your mouse movements to be sure, 100%.
I can screen it and like a custom to show you.
Alright, we'll keep that in mind for future. Let's see here. Yeah, the ring, that's fine. Ring versus longsword. Yeah. You don't look at the big picture of the lane. You look for small advantages as hard as possible. Is what you do, and you don't look at the big picture. Like you missed a good part of that wave because you played this like really poorly. Like, if I go back 10 seconds, I can like clarify that. Holy shit! Okay. So here, auto attack.
So should I just queue everything?
I think because like you have a full mana bar here, so I don't see a reason for you not to. And then you missed 2 here. Okay, that's 1, 2,
Yeah.
and you just like manage it really poorly in effort to get like 2 irrelevant auto attacks on Jarvan. So as I said, you're looking for like really small advantages that don't really mean anything at the end of the day, and you aren't looking at the big picture of the lane. If you win this lane by farming at the end of the day, and because he's not, you know, and you've been able to harass him to the point, you know, that Q makes no sense. Once again, you're just looking for harass. You're looking for like small advantages. When, yeah, okay. Like I understand, like, you know, that's like really powerful and stuff, but I don't necessarily value it that highly if it's going to put you in a position of danger. Like imagine there was like a higher pressure jungler here. Like I'm spam pinging as Jarvan, I'm spam pinging you like as hard as humanly possible because A, it's gonna shove you. He's gonna be able to clear out the entire wave and with EQ and jump on you with ultimate very shortly. You know that's more than enough burst plus with a mastery. Okay. Warning is non-existent as well. Why are you playing the bot side in this situation? You just
because I saw him on the bot side.
Okay. Why didn't you roam immediately? Look at this wave. He can't contest.
Oh no, I'm stupid. I just always like
You're
stay in my lane
Yep.
because I always think Roman's risky.
But you're 6 with half a mana bar. Like this, like you could have won the game for your team here. Instead, you're not. You're like snowballing your lane, and that's it. Like imagine this. Like imagine if you're here for this. Jarvan can't actually follow you because his wave's way too big. He'll easily take half of his HP and minions.
Okay.
As I said, I think your line of vision is incredibly narrow right now, and because you've been practicing with these masters and diamond and high diamond players, and which is a good thing. Don't get me wrong. Like your laning pace is like above average for your elo, obviously, and it's made apparent here. But you focus on it way too hard at this point. When you have a literal free triple kill down here, and that would have won you this game like flat out at this point.
Okay. Right. That makes sense. Yeah, I feel like I'm tunneling with like really tunneling.
I would have bought Needless here. I'm pretty sure you just buy Needless here.
I had like just enough gold after selling a potion that
Okay.
I'm waiting for like 30 gold, so
Oh,
I didn't really want to wait
Yeah, that's fair. Ugh.
for like 75.
Okay, I mean, you get half of the wave here. It's a completely different laning phase. That's how this is why going for that pressure and that dominance can really bite you if you don't have the fundamentals down. And while you have the fundamentals of trading down, you don't have the fundamentals of laning down. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because you just naturally outpressure him, just straight up as a player. And Ari versus Jarvan, the matchup doesn't really matter at this point. I'm pretty sure you would just outpressure him as a player in general. What the hell is that? All right, that works. All right. Okay. How long? 100. No, I'm referring to your ult CD. I'm trying to figure out what your game plan is from here.
Take mid, or try to harass Yi down. I think I tried, but then
I don't think that's.
I ended up fucking up here really badly. I died to Yi.
Ow. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god. As soon as I saw the charm, I was like, my eyes just kind of went wide, and I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. There's no way you attempt something like that. When this is happening down here, you just ignore this lane completely. You ignore this lane completely. Look at that. Look at this guy. You know what that says? 300 gold. That's what that says there. And the solution isn't always going to be just roam. Don't get me wrong, sometimes you're just going to have to want to win your lane. But in this specific situation, it's really developing one of my biggest things as a coach is I tell my students to develop a fluid win condition identifying playstyle, where every time something happens on this mini map, you adjust your game plan to it. And you simply you didn't do anything of that sort in this game. The map was literally this and nothing else. And that has worked for you so far up to this point. This is the breaking point where there's if you can't completely destroy everyone in mechanics, you have to start thinking about the map in general. Platinum 3 is about the time. Yeesh. Yeesh. Ugh. Dear sweet lord. Okay, so let's look at this. Let's just break this down, shall we?
Is it even worth using my ult there to kill Day 4?
No, because you can just walk up to him and charm him. See, like, oops, my bad.
There?
Like,
I just walk up to him in the wave and just,
yeah, you charm Q him, and it does. You charm Q him. It won't aggro you if you don't auto attack. You know that, right? If you don't
yeah,
auto attack the
yeah,
opponent,
yeah.
so the minion would still be fighting the minions. He would auto attack you. Your minion would go on him first, and then he tries to run away, and you're like, oh, oh, oh. How much cleaner is that?
Okay.
Like, he has no mana. He's not getting out of that situation, and you threw away like infinite resources. Now Yi can come and contest this
Yeah.
mid turret.
I died to E.
Oh my god! Ah!
E ends up going 20 and 4 this game.
and I hate to say it, but it's mostly your fault.
Yeah.
Mm. So easy for you to run bot right now. You just take this turret, you see top. It doesn't matter if Jarvan gets the mid turret. He's probably not going to get the mid turret. You just shove this in, and whatever your stupid AD carry says about farm and whatever, it doesn't matter. You know exactly where they are on the map. You have a 4v2, 4v3 situation at worst, and you can easily get that turret. It doesn't matter how far behind you are. You're strong enough to handle these guys.
I go bot here
It's like it's too late now. Because you have no idea where he is at this point. Ooh, unlucky! Ooh, so unlucky. You had so many resources this game. There's like so many tools to just straight up carry this game. Oh my god, that Q. That E. You had so many resources to just like straight up win this game. And you could have put everyone on your back. It doesn't matter if E would have gotten to this point. If you had like made the two plays you had made bot, you were supposed to make bot. E wouldn't even be fed if you made those two plays bot. It would prevent it prevents a bad situation from happening, and you get more gold.
now. Okay. Yeah. I think I just got too tunneled on my like own performance, like one versus one, because someone told me you just have to like, I don't know, focus.
No. That is correct. There's a point there, but there is a point where mechanics become outclassed or irrelevant, and it's different for each player. But with the general population, everyone can hit Diamond 5. That is one of my big beliefs. If you give someone enough time and enough resources, anyone can hit Diamond 5. But there is a point where you need to work the map and work with your team to achieve victories instead of like caring about your solo performance. And I've been doing this for like 2 years now at this point, so I have a semblance of an idea of where this general area is, and it begins in the middle of Plat 3, and it just goes straight up from there. And obviously people can get away with that because they're mechanically gifted. Alas, that is not the general population. You're so hungry. Holy crap. I have no idea how you kill this guy, by the way.
What?
E, I don't think you can actually kill him with your composition.
He goes Banshees, Merc Treads, and QSS.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think there's an actual way to kill him with your composition.
It was just literally a miracle. He killed me so fast, I didn't react fast enough to Zhonya's.
Huh. Huh. This is one of those legendary games where you're just like, I don't understand what happened. He got so strong so quickly. That's not what's
He
supposed to
doesn't
happen.
even go Guinsoo's this game. And he like gets
Should it?
20
Should
kills.
you should have taken this, by the way, with Nasus, easily done.
Okay. I always undervalue that.
Everyone does.
I
Don't
don't
worry
know
about it.
when to take it at all.
He doesn't do anything, and you lost to him. He's literally a Last Whisper and Terrain. That's all he does for his team. Excuse me, a Black Cleaver. What the hell? Hello? Hello? Ezreal, are you gonna press R on the wave? No? We're not gonna press R on the wave? We saw 5 top? No? Okay. Uh, 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 uh,
I was so surprised he came out there. I was like, holy shit, there must be somebody else.
even if not, it's still a charm.
I think we actually maybe
We did it, Reddit.
yeah, we did.
Ezreal ults, he can't fight MF anymore because he's retarded. Good job, well played. So one of my cardinal rules about this patch is,
Yeah.
if you lose with Dr. Mundo, you did something incredibly wrong in your game. Like, one of my legitimate cardinal rules about this patch. I usually don't have that rule about a lot of champions, but this champion is actually Jesus. And, Master Yi just happened to be Judas this game, apparently. Come on, just shove this. Holy.
He's gotta stack up his tier. Can't do that by pressing R. Only press Q to last.
If you just shove this and get this into the church, no one's gonna show up. Even if he shows up, but you're gonna be able, like, it doesn't matter if you die at this point. You're fucking Ezreal. No one cares. Frozen Fist Ezreal. Good player, yes.
This guy was actually complaining about the E the whole game.
Of course he was.
Calling the E no skill.
Sam? Same. Same. Same.
He actually.
Okay, you kill Jarvan and you walk away. That's what you do in this situation. You kill Jarvan and you walk away. Nope.
I killed.
Okay. We did it.
I did it.
Where's your blue trinket and Ward Baron at this point? God knows what they're capable of, right?
Yep, I get it later.
Nice.
I get it my next back.
Nice.
Only weighed 3 levels.
Don't worry. I
Top
forget.
level.
I forget to do it every single game, and I'm diamond, so still required to point it out here. Oh my god, are we gonna get a turret?
No. Ezreal suicides.
We did it. We got a turret.
But he does suicide. I'm pretty sure. He just dies here.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. You're lying. No, you're lying.
I thought he was gonna die. Never mind. It was a different circumstance. He dies too many times. I can't keep up with everyone.
1 in 5. Oh my god.
He goes like 12 deaths this game. I get 5 deaths, so that's actually pretty bad too.
And we don't kill. Okay.
That,
It's fine. It's fine. Riot's gonna nerf Aurelia, and this game will never happen ever again.
exactly. It's all because of her.
Holy. So in this situation, the best thing for you to do is to not finish up not finish up Zanya's. Where'd you go? The hell? Where'd you go?
It's my amazing magic trick. Disappearing in Platinum Elo. That's how we do it.
REMIA. All right, and you bait your team here.
Don't worry, it's on them. We don't even get the E here.
I'm done coaching League. This is too much. We can't do this. The aneurysm is too high.
This is being every game.
No, it isn't. There's no way this is you every game. How did you get here?
Oh no.
I know, and I know exactly how you got here. Your laning phase would snowball you to perfection, and you would be able to kill everyone and everything on the map. But as soon as something else goes wrong on the map, you're completely and totally dumbfounded about what to do.
Exactly. Yeah, that's actually perfect explanation. I'm serious.
As I said, I've been doing this for a while now, and hope I have some idea of what I'm doing.
I think it's honestly the same thing that happened to me when I was in like silver or like low gold. Is I would just focus on my laning phase, and I would never roam to extend my advantages. And then I kind of went back into the cycle again.
Well, I mean, because it works. Because it's allowed to work up until a certain point, and it varies per person. What was that R, by the way? If you want to R here,
I just don't want. I didn't want to get ulted with the.
I don't think I can show you like an R that you could have used in this situation.
Okay.
So, okay, you missed that Q. Okay, hit the charm. This is your third stack, right? Yeah. Here's your third stack. So in this situation, you are right here.
What do you mean?
Right here. Like you see where my mouse is going?
Yeah.
You just are right there because you now have to choose. Like this is not in range of Gnar R. So you see, you just like give up free damage and free spacing. Whereas if you're over here, you know, it just makes it cleaner. Is what I'm saying. Like your micro movements deteriorate as the game goes on, and like your micro movements in lane aren't even that great either. They're very harass focused. They're very if someone can actually react to that and like just play like a very passive game against you, they will have a wonderful time, and their jungler will be mid for you 24/7.
Okay.
Like you play for the kill, I understand that. I completely understand that, and it's a perfectly
so I'm
fine.
not playing around like the minions
You're not,
enough.
yeah, you're not playing around the minions enough. You're not, you're not playing around the minions enough. There are just certain situations where you just simply don't respect the enemy jungler and his capabilities as well, and you get yourself into trouble. In terms of, I really think like there are like certain mouse things that happen to you on occasion, you know, and you're allowed to have imperfections. Don't get me wrong. It's just like, it's completely avoidable. And if you look at it in terms of the entire situation, it all adds up rather quickly.
Okay.
And then, you know, the big thing is like with this game especially was I've seen like I saw like 2 chances to just straight up win the game and make sure Yi didn't snowball, and instead you gave Yi more fodder to snowball with. All right, nope. You still have your yellow trinket, by the way.
Oh, I do.
Yep.
Oh, I lied. I get it eventually, but I thought I got it earlier. Oops.
Like, how do you team fight E at this point? Like, do you just like all sit on him and pray?
Yeah. That's pretty much what happens. Two people die, at least. But we have to, like, 5-man him.
So that plus an MF ulti plus a Gnar ulti plus an Alistar ulti means you will lose every fight. Jarvan could literally not exist in this game and you would still lose every single team fight.
Yeah. And I just died to this guy.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't. Please. No way.
Yeah.
No way.
No.
There's no way. No, no. I refuse to believe it.
Close your eyes.
I'm waiting.
I'm serious. I'm joking. I actually died. I was trying to blow his banshees.
Okay. Alright.
He flashes for a last auto.
Champion becomes invulnerable and untargeted for 2.5 seconds, but is unable to move, attack, cast spells, or use item during this time.
I know. I told you not to watch.
I'm just making sure that's what this item does. That's all. I was just clarifying to myself that that's what this item does.
I should have bought Manamune like Ezreal, like the good players.
What is this? 4, 9, and 5.
Hey man, he should have gone Zhonya's.
He doesn't do anything. That's what the worst part about this game. That's the fact that the Ezreal's feeding his brains out. Not the fact that the E is literally Judas this game. It's the fact that the Jarvan did nothing this entire game and got to win because you gave E 2 kills.
Yeah.
Oh hey, we have it now. We did it.
I did it. Now we have no sweeper.
Sweeper's irrelevant.
Oh wow, they have no. No. No, close your eyes.
Where's the Rylai's Crystal Scepter, by the way?
I was gonna go for it, and then I was like, wait, that does nothing to Yi, so I didn't go for it. I just went for like
Luden's Echo.
Or Luden's Echo, yeah.
Which is, by the way, let me give you a little speech about that item. There, especially on Ari, it's like the biggest trap in AP items in the game. Period, and it's because the passive you get from it, the extra like whatever damage though, is completely totally worthless in comparison to the utility you get from Zhonya's and the utility you get from Rylai's. The ability to cast more spells. And like the movement speed is irrelevant on Ari, right? Like it's like it just doesn't actually do anything for you at the end of the day. You have Q, you have R, so like throw that movement speed stat out the window. Like it just doesn't matter. Zhonya's and Rylai's allow you to like be in the middle of the team fight and like actually like snipe the back line. And if you have Luden's Echo, like your entire hope is that the damage is going to be enough. Where instead you could just buy one of the other two items. You could even buy Death Cap, and it's going to secure more damage on the back line. What was the last time that proc actually got you a kill? Like actually legitimately think about it.
Yeah, I probably didn't do anything.
Yep. So it's just like one of my biggest pet peeves about mid laners and that item is if you're not Katarina, you don't get to buy it. Katarina's
It's good on Katarina.
Yeah, it's good on Katarina because she's constantly casting spells and constantly at resets and
What about Rylai's? Rylai's and Katarina?
It's okay. I don't think it's vital. I think you just want to do as much damage as possible with Katarina because that's what her kit is designed to do as much damage as possible and reset it. Slows and utility don't really matter on the champion. Okay, this is good. No, I believe that I'm going to see exactly what I want to see here.
It's like the start of a horror movie. It all seems good until you get to the actual plot line. Then it just all falls apart. People start disappearing.
No, I believe. This is like CLG level faith here.
People just vanish. And then there's nobody left. And you're the last one left. And then and they slowly take your time with you.
Okay, we see him
That
here. We see him here. Okay.
I was
No,
hoping.
no, no. Okay. Okay, we see him here now. Okay. Okay. Why are you not pressing R? Why are you not pressing R trying to get a pick at this point? You have Zoni's hourglass. You can dive this turret. Yeah.
Yeah, I realized this late, and then Ali came forward.
Ooh, a nice taunt.
Yeah, dude. I got
Ooh.
taunted completely.
And you know what we call this? We call this unlucky.
Any Ari unlucky?
This was so unlucky.
Maybe I got killed by King Garvin. Maybe I should just quit League.
That was the most unlucky dive I've ever seen in my history of playing League of Legends. I hope, through all the jokes and stuff and all the humor, I hope you see like the possibility of you actually winning this game if you
Yeah,
just like made.
yeah, I did.
Okay,
That's why I
I'm just
think
making
it's
sure.
worth to watch.
Yeah, so as I said before, one of my biggest things when I coach people is I want I want the people to have this experience where they begin to understand what a win condition consists of and how to achieve them. Your win condition in this game was to roam. Your win condition was to dive that turret, and it's supposed to be it. You're supposed to have like there's like a 3 second period where if new information appears on this minimap, you can adjust your game plan accordingly. And you had 10 seconds to adjust your game plan here. Good night. It's okay. Riley's getting nerfed next patch. So as I was saying before, you had like 10 seconds here to like adjust your game plan. At which point I would have R charmed Jarvan at that in R again. Got under the turret here. Zhonya's like one tower shot or two tower shot depending on like the situation. And hope to God my team followed up because that's the only way you're going to win that team fight. And, if you kill all of them in that like the condensed area and then he shows up, maybe you're able to hit a charm. Maybe Terra has stun up again, and then you get an inhib. Suddenly the game doesn't seem unwinnable. Yeah, unwinnable, does it?
Great, yeah.
And instead here you're just kind of like waiting for your death.
Yeah.
Let's just finish out the game for the sake of finishing out the game, shall we? Let's see if there's like any minor chance you can come back. Double inhib usually very impossible to come back from.
Game's over. It goes exactly as you think it should go. There's no, I mean,
Well, it's
there
fine.
might be an opening that you see it, but
Yeah.
in this, from what I just played, there's like 0 chance.
495. That's not too bad. I've seen worse. I've seen better. Why does Gnar have a Blade of the Ruin King?
Uh, there always needs to be 2 ADCs in the game, right? So we don't have one. So Nara's cosplaying.
Look at it. It's so beautiful. It's so
Why is
beautiful.
Diablo City boots with Essence Reaper?
Nice charm. Nice damage. Very nice Ludens. Hey, we killed Yi. Okay.
This time, just got it.
5 out of 7 is
Where's
what that was.
thing from?
Okay, so it comes from this guy. This guy was trolling his friend on Facebook posts, and the guy says, "I really like Fight Club. I give it a 5 out of 7." And the guy proceeds to say, "5 out of 7? What kind of stupid rating system is that?" And that's where it begins. It's like an entire long post of just this guy trolling his friend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I saw it on Reddit like 30 times this week, and it just came out of nowhere.
Mhm.
It's my mechanics solid 5 out of 7. Map awareness solo's thankfully 5 out of 7.
No, it's like a double. Your map plays a double 5 out of 7. It's so flawless. It gets two 5 out of 7s.
Exactly.
Okay, no, this is good. This is good. Things are happening. You know, you lose this turret, big deal. At least you like. At least you tried. You tried really hard. Nice Luna's Echo, by the way.
Yeah, it's the best.
Nar probably can't chase you in this situation if you have Rylai's. You probably don't die there with the extra HP from Rylai's. I'm just pointing this out.
But how do I get the move speed to snipe them up? There's no way. I need to be fast. That's what.
No, this guy needs to be fast. That might have been a very different. This might have been a very different game if you bought the Rylai's, by the way.
Really?
Yep. You would have. You would have cut it, Nar. You would have been able to get back to base. You might have been able to defend this.
I was actually gonna build it, then I looked at E and I thought it did nothing.
If I asked a random person that plays League of Legends, what elo do you think this game is? What do you think they would tell me?
I'm serious, this mean all my games.
Oh no, it isn't.
Yes, it
Oh
is.
my god.
Dude,
Oh.
I'm not kidding you. Like the games today, I'm not sure what's happening. I don't know. I know I'm playing like really bad, but then I know
You have
like,
you have people like this Ezreal too.
yeah, I just like overshadows my accomplishments. Feel jealous.
You're jealous about how badly they play.
Yeah.
But
I was supposed to be the star.
I mean, in terms of this lesson, you're completely the star here. There are like 20,000 different decisions you could have made. Even something as minor as having that Rylai's Crystal Scepter would have swung this game like really hard, and you might have been able to come back. I just believe and hope and pray that someone on your team will eventually do something with the Mundo. You're doing 600. You're doing 600 damage at level. It's 30. You're doing 500 damage at. Oh my god. And people envy this elo. People envy this elo.
Once he gets his lifesteal, holy shit, he's just sold his phage. You see that? He had a phage.
And people envy this elo. Oh my god. This is like. This is like if like
After Ezreal gets his Hextech revolver, we'll be fine. And his Doom.
he does not get a Hextech revolver. You are lying to me.
No, he needs his Rosans first. And
Now
then
see?
his
Look at
Hextech.
this. Look at what Mundo's doing right now. Okay, Mundo's just getting blown up, but you know, at least he's trying. But then you know you get blown up. Everyone else gets blown up. You know, classic 3-shot. Alright. You need to look at your minimap. You need to look at your minimap. The entire first 10 minutes of this game was literally you staring at mid lane with a magnifying glass going, if I win my lane, everything will work out. I don't care what else happens on the map. And you won your lane, and everything else fell apart for no reason.
I think, like I was looking on the map a lot, and I F key a lot, but then I just purposely ignore it because
What's the point of looking?
I don't even know. Like if it's only a for sure guaranteed, but I guess I didn't foresee that triple kill bot lane, and then you pointed it out, and it makes a lot more sense now. So, I mean,
It
Yeah, I thought it was just like it was too big of a risk to actually leave my lane before the turret goes down, unless J4 is coming bot or something.
you played against this guy for like 4 minutes, and you completely overshadowed him within those 4 minutes. Are you familiar with Ellis's coaching?
Yeah, I
Oh,
watch all of his videos.
okay, so you're already familiar with the scale, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah, this guy
so
was pretty low.
yeah, this guy was like we're talking like Asperger's level of low here, and you're
Almost Ezreal low.
yes, almost Ezreal low. That Ezreal's like on a like I don't know like maybe he's like like what do you call it miscarriage tier, but I,
Basically, I've been taking like Ellis's coaching maybe too literally in terms of like fundamentals and lane
no
baiting,
no
because
no
that's what I was kind of thinking about, like when I was thinking about not leaving lane at all and just only practicing 1v1s and dominating my lane as much as possible.
okay like actually I've been like no I follow LS just as much as you. He's like actually my idol. Like I actually respect him in his opinion very highly, and I think he would disagree with my the idea, the general idea of what I. And I actually want to talk to him about it. This is like a perfect example, so I appreciate you coming to me about this type of game. And I'm actually gonna like try to reach out to him because he's always willing to talk about coaching to other
Right.
people. So hopefully he actually takes this shit seriously and like actually talks to me about it. But like I just find
Show him this video.
yeah, I am going to.
That will get you on screen for sure.
Yeah, and I was just I think when you like I understand that individual performance is incredibly important at the end of the day, but I really do believe there's a certain point in a certain area, and it's different for everyone. There are split push Tryndamere mains in Challenger that never ever have to worry about this, and they're able to just get away with whatever. Um, but there's a certain point in everyone's league career, and it's relative to what your ceiling is, right? And there's a point where you have to start working the map as a in terms of like rallying your team and stuff like that. It sometimes it involves communication. Sometimes it involves just like actually like actively like walking around. Sometimes it involves like having like the world's best teleports and stuff like that. But there's a point in everyone's league career where they have to actually work as a team, and it just doesn't work as solo queue anymore because you can stomp your lane opponent 5.5 million times. You can be like you can be like Faker to your lane opponent, but if something else goes wrong and you simply just don't like react to it, you're just gonna get in trouble, and it's going to cause far more headaches than it needs to. And not to mention here, you just like you I don't know what the thought process here was, like trying to harass E under this turret, and then you throw a charm into a minion, like if like there.
There I had Ignite up and like just enough mana for an EQ combo, so I thought I could kill him under tower, and then I messed up.
And
I
that's
guess the risk wasn't even worth it.
yeah,
to actually
that's
try.
yeah, that's coin flipping. I call it rolling dice. That's literally rolling dice, where you're rolling a d20, hoping for the one, and being like, yes, oh my god, if I get the one, and maybe it's not a d20, maybe it's a d10, and like one time out of 10 it works. Awesome, you won the game. However, there's a safer bet bot side, and you just completely ignored it. There's an even safer bet top side that literally said 300 gold enemy champion on it, and you're just like, oh, I'm gonna die now. Oops, I lagged. All chat lag.
Ursharelia.
Yes, Nerf Aurelia, exactly. You get the idea. So, any questions?
Um, not even sure. Like, when's the scenario like? Probably doesn't even exist. Though. It's too general of a question.
No, go ahead and ask a question because I might be able to like.
I'm just trying to think of scenarios where roaming is like not a good idea, because when you say roam a lot, I'm probably just gonna roam at every chance I can get.
Ugh. It's okay. So actually,
What
uh,
is like a good medium?
Here, let me
I know
explain.
that there's an actual
No,
challenge.
I actually have an answer for you. That's the best part. I
Okay.
actually do have an answer for you. Like, we're still sharing screens, right? Yeah. So, I post on Reddit every so often. And this was one of my posts about jungling this time, like yesterday. And I actually have an answer for you, surprisingly.
Okay.
So there are when ganking lane, there should be a couple of questions in the back of your head. Am I able to carry this gank? You would have been able to carry the gank bottom. Is the pressure worth my time? What's it going to net you? And you need to process all these questions like instantly. And where is the enemy? What's going to happen if the enemy shows up? Can we win the 2v2, or is he a complete and total non-factor?
Yeah.
And what are the answers to the questions in these situations? Am I able to carry the gank? I have ultimate, absolutely. Is the pressure worth my time? Yes, I'm going to have more gold than the enemy mid laner. He's not going to be able to do anything. He's not even going to get damage on my turret. Absolutely worth it. Where's the enemy? Right under his turret. Right? Is that a good basis
Yeah.
for you to like actually think about
Yeah.
like what's going to happen? Yes. Okay. Hey, what do you know? I actually know something. um,
Nice.
um, there was something else. Yeah. So this is another thing. There's another thing to do. Like I don't know. Like this must be like fate or something. You know, you were literally playing like your minimap was consumed by a permanent Nocturne ultimate. Um, and the whole Rift Herald thing, very relevant to you too. So like I'll link this to you. Just like read it over real quick, and
Right.
then this
Okay.
should give you
Thanks.
like a really good idea of like what roaming should actually mean. It's mainly for junglers, but it really does apply to you in terms of like how you can evolve your play style in a very general aspect. And
Okay.
yeah, it's like flexibility is the most underrated skill in League of Legends. You can be a mechanical god, sure, go for it, whatever, you hit challenger, good for you. But everyone else should value flexibility and being able to adjust for win conditions in relatively quick time frames. I have a 5 second rule. 5 second is for the gold one, and it decreases from there. So you're around like 4-ish seconds, and then it goes up. Diamond 5 is 3 seconds.
What do you mean for?
In terms of when I say look at the map,
Oh, okay, okay.
change your game plan. You have like 4 seconds to figure out what you want to do as soon as you're given new information, and new information flashes at you constantly. And obviously, you adjust that time frame in relative terms to cooldowns and stuff. So if like someone uses like Ian lane if you use like your Ian lane, that the enemy, right? W is Foxfire and E is
Yeah,
Charm. So
yeah.
you use Ian lane. You have no ultimate. Your opponent has like maybe like has like that time frame with the cooldown to figure out what they want to do. And obviously, it's a little bit shorter because they don't want it to be up in the middle of the trade, and that completely screws them. So it's if you're processing every little bit of information you're getting in your games and figuring out what advantages you can derive off of it just makes you a better player overall. And contribution to that information is vision, literally non-existent in this game as well. That's something else I needed to say, and I nearly forgot about because I'm terrible. But vision was non-existent in this game. Might have been able to like do something if you if imagine if like you have topside jungle warden when Yi goes to like farm that top wave, and you see him rotating to it instead of him showing up as soon as he hits the minion wave. An extra 2 seconds to decide exactly what you want to do in that situation. Completely, once again, far different game plan, far different game. If you this is assuming like you react correctly, and I have a feeling after this lesson you're going to react more efficiently. Um, yeah, it's. I hope you got a lot out of this because this was like actually a really good replay for you as a player to understand like how much control you actually had over this game and how every little decision you made was a big deciding factor of why you didn't didn't get ahead, B, why you didn't come back. Something as stupid as not buying Rylai's Crystal Scepter and finishing up Luden's Echo in this situation completely changes how Nar kills, if Nar kills you. I don't even think Nar kills you in that situation if you have a Rylai's Crystal Scepter.
Right. Yeah. I think, this was definitely, like, showing a lot what I kind of maybe knew what was true, but then was so focused on laning that I just refused to acknowledge it. And it's, cost me a lot.
Yes. And as I said, your laning phase is like you as I said, this guy was like so far down on the scale when you started laning against him, and he didn't know what to do after like the level 2 cheese didn't work. Then you just like played defensively against it, and he did nothing this entire game, and has 132 CS and 10 deaths, and it just doesn't matter because you have this potato over here.
I was just thinking of it just too much of like a solo queue mindset, like me versus everybody, even my teammates. So
I mean, this guy was on the enemy team. Don't get me wrong, but this guy wasn't on the enemy team, and this guy wasn't on the enemy team, and this guy, I don't know. You pick a random time interval in this game, and you can decide for yourself whether or not he was on your team or not.
He was a mediator.
Yes.
When he was transferring as well.
Exactly. This guy tried his heart out this game. Like if he had anyone else to help him win this game, I think you would have won it. Anyone else, just so unlucky. All right, man. Anything else? Any general questions? Any general questions about League and stuff like that?
General questions.
I promise I know things.
Rift Herald.
Okay, so let's talk about it.
Yeah.
A very quick conversation. So, Jungler showed bot side. Look at your options. It's very easy for two people to take. You understand how it works, right? With this
right.
guy, you understand if you hit the eye from the back, it does some ridiculous amount of true damage. So two people can easily take care of that thing if you're as long as you're kiting it back and switching aggro and all that wonderful stuff. And
what if you don't have the jungler? Do you still take it with a top laner?
Yeah, it's still very easy to take with the top laner, especially if they're fighting, and especially if you know you're stronger than your enemy mid laner, and you can easily snowball that situation. If you let's say you and Aziz both have ultimate, Jarvan and Nard both have Jarvan has ultimate, and Nard's a wild card depending on the situation where he's not, rage bar, etc. Who's gonna win that 2v2 in that situation? Think about it.
Probably us.
Yeah, probably you two. It's not, I don't think it's very close. Jarvan's complete and total paper, and then you just mow down Gnar with true damage against his HP, and Nasus is stacking his Q very efficiently, and you two were winning your lanes, right? And so it's just
Nasus was going even.
Yeah, but he killed him eventually, and that's what Nasus does though. He eventually just wins the lane, so through inevitability. And so there were a couple of points where you were able to take it here. So it's just a matter of understanding map positioning and is it contestable for this guy? Is it contestable for this guy? And especially if you have three people on, it's pretty uncontestable unless both the mid laner and the top laner are really coordinated and screw you guys over perfectly. But it's generally the jungler shows on the bottom side of the map. You want to give it to this guy, or even you. If you had a Rift Herald in this situation, you would kill Jarvan. It's not even close. Not even close. You just murder him. It doesn't matter how many spells you miss. It doesn't matter how many charms you miss. You're still gonna obliterate him. And you can't even clear the waves too, because if he uses his abilities, you just mow him right now. So it's just So it really is just a matter of looking for the opportunity and looking to see how strong you are in comparison to your laner, how strong is top in comparison to your laner, and especially if they're dead, and you might be able to fight that 3v2 against the jungler and the top laner too, and if you get the 2 kills off there while they're trying to contest it because they're idiots, there you go, more kills, more baiting, it's like a dragon fight. Where the dragon's completely yours, and they just run into it because they have no idea what the consequences are. Still happens in Zelo, still happens in Diamond, still happens in Challenger. You take the dragon mechanics you've learned from God knows how long and you apply it here, but it's even easier because this guy only hits one person. This guy AoE cones. Make
Right.
sense?
Yeah.
Uh,
I have another question.
yeah.
Uh, what do you like? What do you think the value of is dragon 5 to 15 minutes into the game?
I
Because I
think
think it's like absolutely useless, but then a lot of my teammates want to do it all the time.
so
Unless it's
dragons. Yeah. So I can explain. So dragon's value is directly dependent on scaling of the team.
okay.
If you can spike mid game, early dragons are your best friend because that secures the next two dragons for you. And your power spike secure the next two dragons for you. And should you fall behind late game, if the enemy team screws up, you have dragon 4, you have dragon 5, easy game, right? So
I
it's
haven't had one dragon 5 game this preseason.
really I've had several, so it's very interesting. Yeah, I've had several dragon
I
5
haven't
games.
had one game over 40 minutes.
Yes. It's because I play nothing but Irelia, and that's a very mid game centric champion, and so what ends up happening is like I get two dragons, and if I fall behind, level 15, 16 on Irelia is absolutely god awful in comparison to any, most like top lane opponents, and so what ends up happening is like you begin to secure those dragons, and if they screw up like one team fight, like suddenly the game doesn't look as hopeless as it normally would with those dragons. That's how you have to look at your champion's very mid game centric too. So it might just be the fact that you're losing every single mid game team fight for absolutely no reason other than like you screwing up, and that's why you don't see the value in it. Right, your 6 to your 11 is like really 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 strong. Apto said Ari is like one of the most broken champions in the game, and she doesn't understand why more people don't play her. So there's something to think about. So
Yeah.
if you clean up this tunnel vision thing, like just like if I play perfectly mechanically in lane, I will simply climb, and you aren't playing perfectly mechanically in lane, and you're screwing up this like little things that like cost you potions, that cost you advantages that you accrue, whereas you can take a much easier route, a much simpler route, and work on yourself in terms of like macro play and like how you affect the map. It's much easier way to climb, and it's just as effective. And this is my personal belief. I believe it's more effective than being a mechanical and having this basis, this mechanical basis. And people say that this style is completely dependent on meta, and I don't believe it is because meta doesn't change doesn't change how quickly you can identify win conditions. Meta doesn't like change, like it changes it slightly because maybe there are more, maybe there are less, but the general core idea of win conditions will always be perennial to this game, and if you aren't able to establish that mindset and that idea in solo queue, you find yourself in situations where you're just walking around doing absolutely nothing. Like I've seen so many games where like you walk bot, you walk top, you're like trying to find farm everywhere, and like then you're just kind of doing nothing and waiting for your inevitable defeat. Where is it instead, if you got vision, if you like push for like really like sneaky wards and stuff, and like actually like anytime like someone appears or disappears on the map and you're not thinking about, and you think about like what's possible and what's in front of you at the time, you suddenly have a much better idea about how to play this game. And that's my personal opinion. That's my philosophy on this game, and it's worked for me so far. And I haven't found any real holes in it. So you know, I hope this lesson like really clarified to like where you're struggling as a player, because
Yeah, yeah.
because
No, it shows definitely.
all right, awesome.
Yeah. I think it's also due to like I'm playing around with my champion pool a lot. I've been playing Ari for like a week or so, and I'm just trying to find champions that kind of work a little bit better in this meta because my old champion pool is
I don't think it has anything to do with it though.
yeah. I mean it yeah it doesn't really too much, but then on champions like I played Zed in Lysandra, then I actually do roam a ton more and extend my leads. But it's like I don't know, it just doesn't make sense what I did there.
Because okay, so I understand it actually. So here's what happened actually. So you look at the laning phase like this. I'll play conservatively. I'll play defensively until 6, and from there, if I kill my opponent, I'm going to succeed. And if I kill my opponent again, I'm going to succeed. And I'm going to kill my opponent again, I'm going to succeed. You use your ultimate as a source of power and a source in a basis at which you can snowball the game and carry a lead. But what you aren't looking at is, you know, what's the immediate value? What's the long term value of holding my ultimate? What's the immediate value of killing my lane opponent? And you only look for immediate. You only look for short term. You never look long term. And that it might just be the fact that you're playing this one champion, and that's how you think about this one champion because of the level 6 power spike. And I actually used to struggle with this a lot. I used to struggle with this a ton, where I was like, okay, I can just win lane at level 9 no matter what happens. And then I slowly realized as I was like losing like my early game consistently enough, it doesn't matter. It simply doesn't matter if I hit level if I hit level 9, if I'm not doing anything beforehand, if I'm not doing anything to make sure that like I at least have a chance to do something later on, and you're not securing that. You're not giving yourself an opportunity to do anything later on, or even beforehand, because you have this idea about what your champion should do. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like it's
I'm just not thinking in like the bigger picture of snowballing everybody,
yes,
I guess. Yeah.
because like this is like this problem you have is I need to see more replays. I need to look at your match history a little bit more thoroughly to understand like how big the problem is. But this from what I'm seeing here, this is actually a very easy to solve problem, and it probably why you plateaued so hard in terms of
Right.
this area.
I lost 150 LP
Yeah,
like in 2 days.
yeah, that's nothing. I have
Yeah. It's
I
like 100 MMR.
yeah,
It's fine.
it's literally nothing. Like it's LP is like losing that stuff. It's so irrelevant. You can easily get it back if you just fix your problems. And it like the area where you're at is clearly not like it's clearly not your cap. That becomes even easier for you to just like get the hell out of there. And like it's like it's pretty much just like when you bounce like this, it's because you're finding you're finding band-aids. You're finding quick little band-aids to repair the situation. And then
Like 15 patches.
yeah,
But
yeah. Okay, so you already saw the video. I don't need to go over that. Yeah. And by the way, watched the video last night. I was absolutely horrified by it because I feel like that's the type of coach I am. But
Oh, I mean, it was just not. It's not even like his approach to coaching. It was just his attitude about it, like how disrespectful and ignorant he was, and like abundantly clear he was just doing it for attention, and he wasn't actually doing it for a real like conversation.
okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like it was really clear. He if I looked on his channel for like 5 minutes, and it just made a lot of sense for what happened, what kind of reaction LS had. So I don't think that's gonna happen as long as you're like humble about it.
I think I'm absolutely terrible at coaching. So, but I can find problems left and right. I'm very surprised by myself day on day. But anyway, as I was saying, so you understand like the whole nickety back. So you simply you simply were finding band-aids to
Yeah,
fix
just
all
no
your
big
money.
nicotine package.
And yeah, so and then like the high would wear off, and you have to like it would be back to smoking cigarettes, and then you have to like apply another one, and another one, and eventually you're like, I don't understand what's going on. Messiah, help! And I'm like, here's what's wrong. Here's what's wrong. So hopefully this helps you solve the bigger issue, and still work on stuff mechanically because they're like this like I can go over like every little thing you do in laning phase, but as of right now, you won't like if you improve this, it gives you a bigger jump, and then you have the time to improve on like little things. Like you remember what I'm referring to here, like where you like walk up to like try and harass him, and just like the little things like that that like cost you to do an entire potion can be fixed in terms of like you can look at your approach to the lane at a different point in time. Right now, my advice to you is fix this whole nocturnal thing where like this part and this part are completely blacked out, and you're just like, well, we're playing ARM today. Today we were playing ARM of League of Legends. Sometimes with Jungler Intervention. That's another thing. If you get Jungler Intervention and you don't reciprocate it on the entire map, there's a problem. You didn't reciprocate it ever. And that's one of my biggest pet peeves when people get jungle pressure and wonder why they can't win a game. Why they are losing a game. Because you didn't help anyone except your damn self. You didn't think about anyone but your damn self. Like, it's awesome that like you actually got help and stuff. But this guy was a little potato, and there was a point, and like, if you just like played more efficiently and like had more mana, or like and
I have
things.
to get my Illusions Echo.
Yeah, you have to get your illusions. Oh my god, that item gives me that item gives me an aneurysm every time I see it, and anyone except Katarina because she casts like 18,000 spells.
At least I didn't ever build it on Victor. I never built it on him.
Okay, well, that's nice.
But I have a 50% win rate with Victor, so let's not talk about
Eh,
that.
I have less. It doesn't really matter. All right, man. So, any other questions? Any other ideas?
Yeah, I just have like one really quick question. Sorry.
Oh, please. No, I'm done for the night. So, I
Okay.
love talking about League. I enjoy
Alright.
being a coach as long as I can help someone out.
Just take like a quick look at, or on like my options for a champion pool. I don't know.
Okay, so let me take a look at your OB. Sure, no problem.
It's not like I haven't played too much of them yet, but I'm just formulating something. So my options were like Zed, Lissandra, Twisted Fate,
They spelled
GP,
wrong.
Ari.
I did, yeah. Okay, I'm listening. Sorry.
So I'll type it here. I'm only gonna choose like 2 to 3.
Okay.
Lissandra, Ari, Gang, Plank.
Okay.
All my 1v1 partners like told me play Gangplank and Twisted Fate.
I think Twisted Fate is the most important mid-lane champion in solo queue for the past 3 years. Bottom line. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Nidalee was more important during season 3. The only time Twisted Fate was ever overshadowed by any singular champion. So 110% Twisted Fate. I think you should just stick to Twisted Fate and Ari.
Really?
And here's
I
why.
have a 70% win rate on Lissandra. That's my friend also told me to remove it, but
I agree, and here's why. Lissandra has there's only so much you can do with Lissandra. There's simply only so much you can do because your damage scaling is is so far below the line of a normal AP champion. Like one shotting on Lissandra requires you to press R, and that's a big problem on a mage. And it's why she was only seen more as a utility top laner, or she was just completely overpowered. So, like, while the win rate is nice and everything, and while you can use that pick to facilitate, facilitate when your team needs CC, like if you have like a Yi jungle plus like, I don't know, an Nasus top, and you have like MF Sona bot or MF Janna bot, and you just need something to lock down, go for the Lissandra pick. Absolutely, you can play her completely well, but
play like a pocket pick. If
Yeah.
I need utility.
Exactly, but her damage output is just so far below the line.
Yeah.
Especially after that Q nerf. Like after that Q nerf, it was like forget about that champion. Screw that champion.
Yeah.
I would look at Diana just because like she could
Right,
be
I
like
was looking at
really
her too.
free. She
I
can
was
be
looking at her
really
too,
free.
But then I was like,
It would require you to
I always feel like, okay, it's always, for Diana, it just always feels like a coin flip with me. The
Yes.
way I'm playing it, because I don't, like, I always just, like, go 20-0 or, like, one-shot everybody.
So yeah.
Or I do nothing.
So
and I get,
allow me to explain what you need to do if you want to play Diana.
Okay.
You would either have to A, lose tank a shit ton of elo for her. Like we're talking like diamond, we're talking platinum 5 territory, where you would just need to tank your elo it's like lose every game until you got a feeling for understanding damage. And a lot of people
Oh,
ask me if you
oh, I understand her. I understand like her damage.
really.
Yeah, yeah. I understand her damage pretty well. Like,
Then what's the issue?
the issue is just it's it's probably the exact same thing as already. I'm just like not roaming, but I like even in matchups where I should go even and lose, like I find advantages in with how I use the wave and like jungle pressure, etc.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
then like when I don't know, I just ugh.
Yeah, if you just like the big thing. So if you understand the damage output, there's be nothing holding you back from playing this ship. Outside of watching Diana 2 play, that would probably be like the next thing I would do after figuring out her damage. Like just watch like a bunch of Diana. It's Diana 2, I believe, right? I don't remember, but yeah, you get the idea. That Challenger Diana only player that's been a perennial of that bracket for God knows how long at this point. So
The thing is, like, she does like really specific. Like, I feel like she just does really specific things that work in Challenger because she has to play at that level, and then so when I try to interpret it, it just doesn't really make sense for the fundamentals. For me, like, I just don't like when you go Luden's Echo, when you go like Lich Bane.
So, okay. So there are situations where you go Luden's Echo. Now let me explain where. There are situations where you have a ticking time bomb on the enemy team. There is a specific time window where you need to make sure you have your foot down their throat, and they have no chance of coming back. That's when Luden's Echo comes in handy, where you can get the extra little bit of damage to make sure that every single team fight you kill something in someone, and you might be able to like turn it from there. And Diana, that's why he buys it, because he understands that there's a time frame. He won his lane. He needs to make something or anything happen for his team and for himself. And if he doesn't, then he loses the game. If not, he understands like the risk and the consequence of it. It's like buying a Magi Soul Stealer essentially. Like you have a goal. If you die, if you screw up, you are punished for it, and you understand exactly why you're punished for it. Luden's Echo is pretty much the same thing, only you don't actually see the punish until you actually look at the item and understand like what happened overall in terms of game flow and why dying in that one circumstance with a Luden's Echo completely stunted your growth.
Okay.
Like, does it make sense how like if you don't secure a time frame, the time frame
Yeah.
with Luden's Echo, yeah, because like a lot of people don't understand that about the item, and it's why I always say buy Luden's Echo and Katarina, because you need to make damage happen as Katarina.
Right. Yeah.
So that's why he does things like that. So like if you have any questions about stuff like this, like feel free to talk to me. I'm always available. I'm always streaming. I'm always coaching. Always looking for lessons. Always like doing just like I enjoy this very much, and I wouldn't dream about doing anything else. Pretty much.
Are you free tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So like
Awesome.
yeah, I'm free until the 15th, and it's when I begin doing Log Karam school. And it's where I'm taking 5 students that play like 21 games plus a day, and actually a week. I always do this 21 games a week at minimum, and and I'm going to see what I can do with them and fix their problems. So anyways, just like apply for a slot here. Like they're all available. I just want the XP. More people notice me, more hits on my page.
Yeah.
And I'm honestly just trying to get my name out there, because like I like doing this for free, but I have bills to pay. So I would love to do this if I had like a subscriber button, like donations like regularly coming in. I do this 24/7, 365. But I gotta pay bills.
Like I've done coaching too, but I only coach like bronze, silver players. And I'm trying to get better so I can coach better as well.
Let me tell you something. I was gold 5 when I coached Napkins in the Skies, and they almost made the LCS. So what does it tell you?
Oh wow. Damn, dude.
Yep, I almost made it to the LCS, but that's an entirely different story for another time. All right, man. Any other questions?
Not really. No, I'll message you tomorrow if you're down to review anything.
Absolutely, not a problem.
Uh,
If you have a game that you're like completely confused on still, and or you want to show me how you've improved and how you want to improve more, absolutely go for it. I'm free all the time. I hate playing solo queue, so if you can stop me from playing solo queue, I'm a very happy guy.
Same, dude. My solo queue experience -5 hours.
Yes, exactly. I can't stand it anymore.
Negative Ezreal hours.
Negative Ezreal. Potato tier. All right, man.
Alright. So, oh wait, sorry. So it's Twisted Fate, R8.
Diana.
So,
Diana Lissandra. I wouldn't bother with
Sounds your
Gangplank.
pocket pick.
Yeah,
but-
I wouldn't bother with Gangplank because what's gonna happen with that champion is he's just gonna see like another like round of nerfs, and you're just gonna have to relearn the champion from scratch in terms of better real
Is he
damage.
nerfed again?
Yeah, he's-
so bad.
He's getting nerfed again.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's already hard enough to play.
Yeah, he deserves it. Let's be real here. It's like nonsense. It's just like nonsense. It's like
Yeah, they made a chance. Like they always just make these things. They're just so fucking hard to balance. I don't even understand.
I do. I understand it. They want new and interesting things that happen in the game.
Yeah.
And you look at a successful rework. When was the last time we had a successful rework?
Skarner, that was the one. Perfect.
Kappa.
10 out of 10.
Kappa.
Real out
Let's see. What was a successful rework in general? Sona. Sona was a very successful rework.
I don't even think I was here for a Sona rework. I don't even know there was a Sona rework.
Yeah. So Sona's rework was it changed. It made everything very clear, and it made her positioning and her impact in game very clear and very impactful if you do it correctly. If you don't do it correctly, you just completely fall off. It's a matter of play skill in the champion. So
It's like playing Zed.
yes, like playing Zed. Yes, where like if you don't know what you're doing, you're just gonna spaghetti all over the floor. Riven, Irelia, Fizz. If you don't know what you're doing on those champions, it's spaghetti all over the floor. So yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just like impossible to balance the barrels at this point because it's too much pressure and for such a low opportunity cost. And it's like why they nerfed Anivia R, because it was the opportunity cost was non-existent for the champion in terms of power.
I thought they should just I thought they should just put a mana cost on the barrels and then put and then give the Q back because that just helps them in like the early lane phase. But then if you put like
That's too
75
powerful.
mana- But if you put like 75 mana per barrel, he just can't spam barrels. So he actually has to be like careful. Like depends on mana cost. 75 is just like a random number. But if you
I
have
understand what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah, like that would make sense because right now his late game is just like fucking crazy. So he need like blue buff or something. Or I'm hoping. Wouldn't that like make more sense?
Because then like what happens is you begin to look at what you're inclined to do on the champion, and the champion is purely designed for like Trinity Force, crit items and stuff like that. And what happens mid game when you have a scaling mana cost like this? The barrels would have a scaling mana cost on them, so you'd be looking at like maybe like 50, 60, 75, etc. But it eventually goes up. So what happens when your barrels are 50 mana per, and you're trying to set them up in the middle of a team fight, and you're not getting blue, and you build all these crit items, you didn't build Essence Reaver, you're not auto-attacking anything. What happens in that situation? You don't actually do anything as a champion. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah, but then you just have to be more careful with the barrels because because you spam them before, right?
Yeah, but like...
When you have to just play more carefully?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it just becomes like... if you're in an extended team fight, you don't do anything at the end of the day. Like, does that make sense? Like if you're actively sieging,
Okay. I see what you're saying.
because like you eventually it's like a 30, 60, 90, 122, and then suddenly you're like 10 barrels into like an extended like engage and siege and stuff, and you're just like, well, I guess we had the ticking time bomb. Or
Right, I know what the next rework is coming out. Rito's finally admits they're never gonna fix the rework champion, so they reverse every rework in the game.
I would be very happy as a Shackle player. I'd be very, very happy. As an Evelyn player too, I'd be very happy.
Get a rework?
Shackle got a rework several times. You tried, right? You tried. That's all that matters. All right. Anything else? All right,
I
awesome,
think I'm doing this.
awesome. Okay, cool. Talk to you later. Not a problem. Have a good one.